What's up, guys? And for the last time today, welcome back to the GameShow Global Esports Cup. It's going to be the end of the first EU group stage, or the second group of the first EU group stage, if that makes any sense. We got Danish Bears going up against Monkey Freedom Fighters, as Danish Bears have lost their previous game. Monkey Freedom Fighters just won versus NLG. So they're obviously going off of a little bit of momentum here. We'll see who is able to actually move forward in the dedicated second place spot in their group and go ahead and join pub players who have already moved on, and feeling pretty happy about that, I'm sure. I'm Mikelorus, going to be your only caster for this evening. Let's see what we have right now. Taking a quick look at the bans. Night Stalker getting a ban out, which is, again, a hero that you can ban out and probably not feel too bad about either. But for the most part, this was probably just after the last game. Yapzor's Night Stalker was causing all sorts of havoc for the Monkey Freedom Fighters, and Danish Bears would much rather not want to go and deal with that. So it's understandable, of course, leaving a whole bunch of high-priority heroes in the pool, not including the Skywrath Mage. I was not expecting the Skywrath Mage to be included in that high-priority list. As powerful as Skywrath Mage is, okay, well, my Firefox just crashed. Hopefully everything else is going to be just fine. As powerful as that Skywrath Mage is, I mean, you could probably get him second phase if you really want to. You could probably even get him third phase if you really want to. So he's not like that powerful. He does offer something pretty unique in a point-click, pretty much instant disable and amplification of magic damage. So if they're going to go for that, they should be pretty happy. As far as Skywrath Mage's interaction with Ember Spirit, isolated, but if you do get the chains off into Mystic Lair, you feel pretty damn good. You really want to have a little bit more hard crowd control effects if you're actually going to partner up with the Ember Spirit in the lane, in a safe lane Ember Spirit capacity. That being said, oh wait, hold on, there's going to be some noise because freaking Azubu stream stops whenever you refresh it, it unmutes itself, because that makes sense. I'm actually see if I can get that fixed, because I can be the change that I believe in. For the Skywrath Mage in lane with the safe lane Ember Spirit, it's a decent combo, but you would much rather like to have someone like a Shaker to start things off, or anyone with a stun, really, to get the Ember Spirit just a little bit closer. So we'll see if they can actually get that together down the line. And Monkey Freedom Fighters, they grab a Dazzle with the Queen of Pain. It's going to be their mid lane, most likely played by a Rise, and then, you know, Dazzle played by either Kebab or Yapzor. It doesn't really make that much of a difference. But this Dazzle already a nice soft counter to the burst damage of Skywrath Mage. The damage is pretty quick from the Mystic Flare, but it is not going to be fast enough so that the Dazzle can't get his Grave off on the target. And then who knows, if it's someone like Queen of Pain, they may be able to leave straight afterwards. Now, Monkey Freedom Fighters are going to need some CC to deal with the Ember Spirit on the other end. This is something that we saw they lacked in their first game versus pub players. They're up against an Ember Spirit, didn't grab enough CC, only ended up with a Rubik. Then they were also up against a Slark with the same problem, only with a Rubik. So, yeah, for Monkey Freedom Fighters, they need to get some form of CC, which is why we see these bans out from the Danish Bears. Getting rid of the minus armor strat from the Slaughter Dazzle combo, getting rid of the Blink Roar, and now it's going to be a Shaker for Monkey Freedom Fighters. I like this selection. If it's going to be played by the offlane Demon, I mean, that's pretty reasonable. We already know what Demon can do with an Earth Shaker. That's fine. Alternatively, just put him as a support. I mean, probably offlane Earth Shaker looking a little bit more attractive right now. Not going to get a ton of advantage in the lane, but hey, it's an Earth Shaker. It's a point-click stun with a couple more stuns once you get that Blink Dagger. So, and we already saw what Demon could do with the Blink Dagger in the last game. His Batrider play was impeccable. So for Monkey Freedom Fighters, they can grab that Shaker, and I think it's a pretty safe way to go. Again, not really showing their cards just yet. Holding on to another support hero, possibly holding on to Beaver Knight's hero, definitely. Let's see what Sing Sing ends up playing in this environment. Probably it's going to be the last pick, I want to say. Danish Bears, they know that they're up against an Earthshaker now, so Ember Spirit's not going to have a free roll. It's going to be a Wind Ranger for them, grabbing their mid lane. This is 100% going to put the Ember Spirit now towards that safe lane, as I think he probably was already going to go to start things off. You really don't want to run the Ember Spirit into a Queen of Pain if you can help it. But Wind Ranger with a nice neutral matchup versus the Queen of Pain. Not really a huge slanted lane going in either direction. It really just does depend on the rotations to determine who's going to win that lane. Otherwise, you would expect them both to farm up evenly and just have a drawn lane. And that's fine. Like a split lane is not really a terribly huge deal. It's still putting the Skywrath Mage in a kind of a weird spot, though. Again, I love the hero. This feels real good to just burst people down, but he's super fragile and he needs setup. Ooh, there's Beaver Knight's hero. It's a Juggernaut.
Dire team pick.
That one's actually pretty interesting. Now, I'm assuming it's going to be Dazzle and Juggernaut in lane, so there's a lot of healing. Ancient Apparition in the pool if Danish Bears want it, but I don't think they should go for it, not now. Juggernaut, maybe even going offensive. We have seen that previously for Monkey Freedom Fighters. They just constantly ran offensive tri-lanes, but no, Dazzle, not really great in that situation. Juggernaut is fantastic with an Earthshaker. If you can get a complete wall off, Spin is a ridiculously cost-efficient damaging tool. So that might just be the assignment here for Monkey Freedom Fighters. You could also just end up with a Venomancer, put the Earthshaker in the safe lane, which is definitely miles ahead of an Earthshaker off lane, and then get the good old Venomancer Juggernaut combo, or Crystal Maiden. You know, one of those combos, one of those pub stompy combos to try to lock down this Ember Spirit as much as possible. In the first game, it didn't work because of the lack of CC, but you know, they can very easily grab some more CC down the line, and we'll make this work. And for Wind Ranger, you may not be able to hit her as the Juggernaut, but Omni Slash hits her. I actually don't know if you could land those extra slashes. Can we read that and find out? You can't read that. I mean, you could attack occasionally in the Omni Slash if you have enough attack speed, and I'm pretty sure those act as normal attacks. They could like proc on hit effects like bashes and stuff. And you would assume that would mean that they can miss as well, but here we go for Danish Bears. It's going to be a Clockwork. It's going to have a great matchup for this Earthshaker. Really, Shaker's matchups in offlane are all bad. It's just how much experience you can get kind of race. And versus Clockwork, that's going to be fine for him. Ancient Apparition is going to be banned out in the end, it looks like. It's going to get rid of that tri-lane dominance, potentially, from Danish Bears. But this is the combo, right? We got Clockwork, Hookshot, into Scarith Mage, Mystic Flare. One to the other, easy peasy. You should be getting those kills most of the time. Unless it's on a Juggernaut, in which case he'll spin and will do a lot of damage to the Clockwork. Dazzle also is going to intervene. But at least that's the proposed combo by Danish Bears. They're just looking for their last support, and they should be expecting an offensive tri-lane. Again, at this point, Juggernaut is a okay pickup, but really the only reason you pick up Juggernaut over anyone else is so that you can play super offensively early on. Is decently durable as well in lane, especially with the Dazzle right behind him. Like, other than that, like, if you want to grab any generic carry, like Anti-Mage, whatever, like, it doesn't really matter that much. Saw Weaver today, that was pretty exciting. Grab a Templar Assassin. The options are there. Bristleback is the final ban out. Seems like the Danish Bears think this Earthshaker is going to be playing to support. And again, Shaker Juggernaut is a pretty sick combination. An offensive tri-lane, however, a little bit weaker than in a safe lane for getting hero kills. You have less room to maneuver around, and you get less experience from the jungle, from those pulls and whatnot. It's a little bit better on the Radiant side, I suppose, since you could you know, get the side pull on the Radiant offlane. It's a Sand King for Monkey Freedom Fighters, so I think that's going to be Demon's Hero. I do like the Earthshaker working with Juggernaut a little bit more than the Sand King working with Juggernaut. Usually these two heroes are more or less replaceable. They function kind of in the same way. Just a stunning strength support hero with a little bit of a acceleration once they get that Blink Dagger. The dissimilarities are definitely there between the Sand King and the Earthshaker, but Sand King definitely a lot more capable in a solo lane than the Earthshaker, and Earthshaker definitely a lot more capable in a tri-lane, so I guess that kind of writes itself, doesn't it? Sand King going to give Monkey Freedom Fighters a hell of a lot of team fight right now. Sonic Wave, Omni Slash, once they get their Blink Dagger, it's going to be really difficult for Danish Bears to respond. But up until that point, it's a Visage for Danish Bears. I like this adaptation. Now, this doesn't exactly have the sickest of combos in the stun to Ember Spirit into Scarith Mage damage. It's fine, you get the Grave Chill, which is not something you could easily underestimate. But Visage is mostly just there for that Soul Assumption bar. I mean, the enemy team fills it up super quick. Scarith Mage and Ember Spirit both can fill it up as well. A lot of damage is going to be dealt very quickly in that 3v3 lane, I would expect. And we saw in Game 1 that Monkey Freedom Fighters failed with their offensive tri-lane, were forced to dissolve it, and they were kind of awkwardly stumbling around. So if that happens again, we might have another game where Monkey Freedom Fighters fall a little bit behind and fail to recover. However, in this game, they have stuns galore, so their answers to the Ember Spirit are plentiful. And they have really good high ground defense, should they have their Blink Daggers and Aghanim Scepter on Queen of Pain. So even if they fall a little bit behind Monkey Freedom Fighters, it's not like they're completely out of it. They still have a very decent fighting chance. And here we go. We're going to get into this game. Again, winner of this is going to be moving on. Loser is going to stay exactly where they are, in limbo. We are going to have on the Bears side, and I still don't know who this is, but again, I already did my homework. Let's look again. Other than that, like, if you want to grab any generic
Why
carry,
is my
computer talking to me? Stop, that's me. I don't know what happened. I must have opened up a stream accidentally that wasn't muted. But he's going to be playing the Clockwork. Who is this? He's tangoing with the Dazzle. He should be fine. Yeah, it's well, okay, this guy, it's just N, I guess, on the Danish Bears side. Why did this page refresh? Stop it. Hold on, guys. I have to fix this in the background. Once again, you're going to hear me speak. Oh, no, you're not. I'm going to mute in time. And, yeah, we're good to go. Okay. He's in the clockwork up towards top. It's Hesta Joe on the mid Wind Ranger. I think this is Unicorn, although I'm not completely sure. It's on the Ember Spirit over towards in the base. Still, Ace is on the Scarith Mage, and that leaves Rise on the Visage. Used to really fear his Visage back in the day when he used to be in every single game I casted. On the Monkey Freedom Fighter side, we have Arrow, or Demon if you prefer. On the off-lane, Sand King, not offensive tri-lane just yet, actually. Yapzor is on the Shaker. Looks like he has boots first, 3 clarities. He's ready to roam. Arise is on the Queen of Pain, who's blind. Oh god, how can she see out of that? I don't know. Sing Sing is on the Juggernaut. And we got Kabap on the Dazzle. Seriously, what is with cosmetic creators and just putting blindfolds on frickin' everybody? Like, anti-mages make sense. Because, like, he used to be played, his icon used to, or hero in Dota 1 was a Demon Hunter who was blind. But Queen of Pain isn't blind. I don't understand, guys. I don't understand. But either way, it's not going to be any sort of offensive tri-lane. Demon's going to be slumming up here by himself. He has the Mango. He is pretty well prepared to deal with this. This is going to significantly weaken the effectiveness of the Visage, so he's still capable of poking at the Sand King. If he gets into a damage trade, Visage is slow. Has 0 armor. Not good times. And Ace, in a little bit of trouble trading hits with the Rise. They don't expect Yapzor to throw the Fissure. Arise is going to stand his ground. 2 more shots. No, 3 more is needed. Well, with the poison, never mind. Only 2 more. Queen of Pain is going to get first blood, then immediately die. However, the Wind Ranger is going to be kind of okay with that. It is going to be Queen of Pain to grab level 2. Wind Ranger grabbing level 2 in a little bit. Seems like she grabbed a bounty rune. They both grabbed a bounty rune. But the Queen of Pain kill worth a little bit more to the Wind Ranger. She's going to jump right in again. Use that residual fountain regen. But still, either way, it's going to be 1 kill apiece. And, well, the Shaker off to a decent start himself. It's almost level 2. Which isn't really a huge deal for Earthshakers in general. Really, the only importance of level 2 is that you're closer to level 3, so you get more Fissure. Up towards top lane, Arrow, Demon in a little bit of trouble, though. Getting out of that corner, rising quite a few hits from these creeps. You can see the effectiveness of, or the lack of effectiveness, rather, of 0 armor. Took like 80 damage from those couple of shots from the range creeps. It hurts like hell, and it does add up. And Demon is still sticking around, has a Burrow Strike. It's only level 1 and he has no boots, so he really can't land it, but the threat of the Sand King on this top lane is, not super substantial, but it is enough. There are sentries galore, so Sandstorm not going to do a ton for Demon. Now he's going to have to deal with a real poker in lane. It's going to be Scarith Mage. However, over towards bottom lane, Clockwork already took a full-on spin. He can take a poison touch, and it seems like Beaver Knight is going to leave this one to Kabab. What a good guy. Kabab's going to draw that kill on the Clockwork. He's going to get right back to the lane, Juggernaut. And just keep on farming it up. Level 3 now. Oh, and Arise grabs a double damage rune. He ready to use his blink. Shadow Strike damage. Is that enough again? It will be. Tick goes the clock, and there goes the Wind Ranger. Arise is going to get yet another kill in this mid lane. Okay, so double damage rune on Queen of Pain is legit. I don't think I have to tell you guys. But still, Wind Ranger now, after having died, is going to end up tying up the lane for the Queen of Pain. We've seen Arise go nuts on many heroes before. Last game he played a Razor. Kind of a passive-oriented hero compared to a Queen of Pain who's a lot more explosive. And it seems like Arise is well on track to dealing with that. It's going to be a very 0.84 style of lane in which Yapzor is going to keep hanging around. Hasn't even used any of his clarities just yet, but jump forward, Shadow Strike, level 2 is going to do a hell of a lot of damage. Fissure is there with double damage. Hesta Joe's going to fall for a second time to Arise. Oh man, this is not a good start for the Wind Ranger. It was fine to start things out. Losing the Skyrath Mage, gaining the power shot, getting the kill on the Queen of Pain with the power shot, that's all well and good. But this is not going to be a fun mid lane. See, the Wind Ranger is keeping up in CS, but is dying, and, well, it's not that great. Granted, the Sand King is now being forced to jungle. He is level 3. So jungling on the Sand King, though not ideal on off lane, you don't really want to be doing this. It can be done. He has no stacks in the jungle, however, oh no, he does. Yapzor has been a little bit busy, not super busy, but mostly babysitting his mid lane. Because he can't really help out the Juggernaut too much. Dazzle has his hands full there. Level 3 heal bomb. And with the Juggernaut spin, he doesn't have mana to do it right now. But when you do have the mana, you can chow down on the Mango, catch another spin onto the Clockwork. Cogs do not save you from that unless they're absolutely perfectly placed. And who knows if that's going to happen. But right now, Arise, he's going to, well, no, he's spotted. This is going to be a lottery gamble right now for Danish Bears. What is going to spawn here? Like, I guess that's Danish Bear's winning lottery. Clockwork grabs an invis. That's actually pretty good. He's level 4 right now, has gone for 2 points flare. And it looks like he's going to position himself to go for mid lane. Ace does have a silence. So they're going to move right in towards the Queen of Pain. And if they catch Cogs and silence on her, she's already getting some damage here with Hestia, though she does blink out in the right direction at that. Yapzor's going to take the concussive. He is going to lead them on a wild goose chase, though I don't think there's any escape here for the Shaker. If he dies, he doesn't really lose that much. Spent all of his gold, and he might not even die. I don't know really where you're going, Yapzor. He thinks he's being chased, but he's really not, so he's just wasting his own time. But either way, damage again being traded, and Hestia once again on the receiving end of it. It's like Clockwork's Invis rune is still held, though it actually is going to be maybe punished. He's going to return back to the lane, where there is a Juggernaut with mana enough to spin should he want to eat the mango. And Shaker's now actually rotating right back in, but no, Shaker doesn't want to bother with the bottom lane. Bottom lane's doing fine for the Juggernaut. They don't have to mess with it. They want to mess with mid. Mess with mid all the time. Get a rise ahead and keep him ahead. Or go for end because that's a free kill it looks like. They don't really want to eat the mango now because he's so close to just being able to use that spell naturally, but they get the wall off, eat the mango. Now's the spin. How do you like a Clockworks? I like him blended. And he's definitely going to fall. Beaver Knight's going to claim that kill. Kabap's taking a couple of tower shots. But that's fine. That's means a couple of less tower shots going to be put towards Beaver Knight. He now doesn't have his mango anymore, so he doesn't have any mana. And unfortunately, Dazzle's nowhere close to an arcane set of arcane boots. But still, Beaver Knight's now 1-0-1, last hitting very comfortably in lane. And he's killing off the Clockwork twice now. Up towards top lane in the meantime, I'm not sure if this is a Unicorn, guys. I'm not really sure, but I'm just going to call him you. He's on the Ember Spirit. He's farming very happily as well over towards mid lane. Sonic Wave is barely going to clip the Wind Ranger. Rise is going to draw that kill as now Harrow gets his hands dirty on this mid lane. Again, Shaker and Sand King, kind of similar heroes in what they want to be doing. And in this game, especially, what they want to be doing is killing off Hestia. 1-3-0. This Wind Ranger is still CSing pretty decently, but is dying a hell of a lot now. And oh, Beaver Knight going to get right in there next to end. Has enough mana for a spin. This isn't necessarily going to kill him off, but it's going to do a hell of a lot of damage. And Clockwork's going to have to get a salve or a bottle out here if he wants to stay in lane. And in the meantime, in between those kills, for Demon, level 5 right now, has still yet to clear off these stacks. Has a mango as well. Oh, they land a fissure. Just a couple more right clicks from Beaver Knight, and the cogs don't go up properly. Beaver Knight, though, stuck in tower range, is going to dig himself through and will be fine. Has quite a bit of armor. Jump forward from you. Double jump forward. In fact, is guessing the wrong direction. Beaver Knight's already in the trees. They see each other, Yapzor and you, but he's going to throw a fissure. That's not actually something you can act upon, but Arise sure as hell can. He jumps in, doesn't have any mana. However, Scream Pain will land. Mango chowed down by the Ember Spirit. He'll get out of there just fine. But Arise commits very little into that. I mean, he just throws a Scream of Pain. Completely out of mana at this point, which is a little bit awkward. But he can get back into the base and will regenerate up pretty quickly. And Beaver Knight crucially does survive. Looks like he's going to go for a Ring of Health build. Now, at the bare minimum, it might just be just a casual Ring of Health, but I don't really think he needs versus this Clockwork. What he really wants to be doing with this is getting Perseverance. Into Lincoln Sphere or Battle Fury or Refresher Orb, honestly, I don't think it matters. It's going to be Battle Fury, but, you know, he just wants to have that mana regeneration. Between the Void Stone and the Ring of Basilius, he can afford to get bumped back a couple times by the Clockwork, but now that his Blade Fury is maxed out, it costs just a little bit less. And, well, for Juggernaut, that mana difference of just 10 does matter. Since you can do stuff like that, just really put 200 damage onto the Clockwork, no big deal. He will probably never be able to Omni-Slash this Clockwork, because that costs a lot of mana. I don't think anyone's going to... Oh, he's now in a little bit of trouble. He wishes he has the mana to spin right about now. He's going to get chained down to the deck. He's going to get silenced and brought down by the Flare. At a certain point, you can only bully the Clockwork for so long. This time, punished by the Ember Spirit. Leaving, of course, this top lane to be left by Rise. He's going to grab level 6 off of that. Yapzor looking to unleash some experience as well, but level 6 on the Vista is definitely a lot more dangerous than level 6 on an Earthshaker, who still lacks his Blink Dagger and is really nowhere close to it. Although it does have a Soul Ring, to be fair. He's not doing terribly with 5 assists. You would expect about this much on an Earthshaker. In the meantime, Arise. Looks like he's going to go for an Orchid, but we do have Sand King running into Ace right now. Concussive is going to wear off soon, and he's going to land a Burrow Strike. That's not going to be enough damage. Now here comes a Clockwork, bumping the Sand King out of the Sandstorm channel. Shackle's going to land onto 2. Fissure is a little bit too late. Sand King already down. Kabap will get out of there just fine as Arise trying to chase after Ace right now. Beaver Knight's going to charge in, looking for the Omni-Slash just to get the kill, then get the hell out of there. Oh, it's not going to be in time. He has another phase. Sonic Wave will clip. and we'll get the kill for Arise. Now they're going to lay down the healing ward. They see a very tasty clockwork. She's got to dig into that can with the Omni Slash. Here it comes. 1, 2, 3. Not nearly enough damage. Blink 4 from the Queen of Pain. Where is it? Not there just yet. Short hook shot is going to stun up the Juggernaut. In the meantime, it's going to be Wind Ranger. Going to get the kill on the Earthshaker, but falls to Kabap. Not a great trade there. It still is Monkey Freedom Fighters to claim a slight win there. Again, level 1 Omni Slash is not going to be able to insta-kill people. At least, you know, not people with armor. And Clockwork doesn't really have... Oh, he has a ton, actually. With the Tranquil's turned off a little bit less. But still, Scarif Mage, he might die to the Juggernaut. But anyone else, not going to happen. They don't get the Clockwork, but what they do get is more acceleration on this Queen of Pain. 5-1-0 now. Arise is working towards that Orchid, and is going to be working very fast towards it as well. The Clockwork has his hookshot right now, but only has used it once for defensive purposes. Never really what you want to be doing as a Clock. Well, now Visage is fully kicked into gear now that he has his familiars. It was a great shackle from the Wind Ranger earlier, but still just can't survive these fights. Got the kill on an Earthshaker, which is nice, I guess, since Yapzor is farming up pretty swiftly. We're 10 minutes in, 1/3 of his way towards Blink Dagger with Soul Ring boots already up. Not bad. But Demon, he is also actually not on his Blink Dagger. Getting into one too many fights, I think. Sand King. Getting to these fights and surviving and getting a whole bunch of kills, yeah, that's one thing. But not getting enough kills means your Blink Dagger is going to be delayed. And every single time your Blink Daggers, every second your Blink Dagger is delayed as Sand King, that means your Blink Dagger is also kind of delayed on the Shaker. He's going to run to a smoke. You and Ace right around the corner. And Familiar's there, plus has to Joe. Arise is going to blink away from the concussive, make it completely miss. That smoke looks like it has for the most part failed, though. Here comes Yapzor. Hookshot in. He's going to catch Kabab. They shackle him to a tree, but he gets the grave on himself immediately. So he's not going to die just yet. Arrow now with a 3-man Burrow Strike. Fissure also onto those same 3. Where's the follow-up? There is none. Sonic Wave still not available. Arise is going to throw the Scream over towards you. He's just going to jump away easy peasy, but N is trapped in the corner. Fissure will fall, but the Burrow Strike will not. Beaver Knight's going to work him down with a couple of right clicks. The Sandstorm's going to get the kill. Yapzor. Fissure is available right about now. It's not in range, however. He's just not fast enough to catch it with his Ember Spirit. It's going to be a whole bunch of heroes ganking the Dazzle, who ultimately ends up surviving. And they also lose the Clockwork, and now Yu's actually trapped. He has a Spirit to jump to. It's going to get him over this Fissure, but he's going to get Burrow Strike, Sonic Wave, and he will fall. Shackle onto Arise is going to lock him down for a little while longer. They want to go for Demon, who's just a distraction at this point, so that Arise Beaver Knight can slip away. Mana on the Juggernaut is going to come up fast enough for him to TP out. Arise, same thing. It's going to be Earthshaker caught in the corner, a Sand King or Shaker. Both are the casualties of war. They're going to chase forward for Kabap. Hookshot not available. He's going to try to TP out of there. Battery Assault, Cogs, not going to be in time. As N is going to get in there just a little bit too late.
Boom, there it goes.
Ember Spirit, though, does fall for the first time. He has the Poor Man Shield, Ring of Aquila boots. This is pretty much exactly where an Ember Spirit wants to be at this stage of the game, especially after having bought a bottle. But the Queen of Pain once again lives, and she has her first Oblivion Staff up and ready. Juggernaut also gets out of there, albeit barely. He's going to go for a straight Battle Fury, it looks like. Unfortunately, the Sand King died at 2,000 gold, and that's pretty much the worst time to die as the Sand King. But he's still making those Burrow Strikes happen, mostly because he's, he hid here. And you just get a wraparound, land a 3-man Burrow Strike. Easy game, easy life. Still, I'd rather like to see the Sand King get a little bit more priority in farm. Getting that Burrow Strike with Blink and Epicenter up is a huge asset for the Monkey Freedom Fighters, and really allowed them to put the heat to the Danish Bear's side. And they're splitting the farm up towards the top lane right now, but give it to the Sand King, he's closer. Then the Shaker can get the lane afterwards. 11-6 right now, and the gold advantage, experience advantage, slightly in favor of the Monkey Freedom Fighter side. Not by a huge amount, but still, this isn't really them at their peak. Like, Beaver Knight's going to go for a farming item build in that Battle Fury. Not really a full farming item build, but still, once he gets level 2 Omni Slash, he's going to get a huge jump in power. N is going to look for a hook shot onto Beaver Knight. Can't find it. Rise is going to try to cut him off. It's not going to work either. But Rise is going to go for that Orchid. Double Blink Dagger on Sand King Shaker, then Monkey Freedom Fighters are at their peak. And yeah, Juggernaut can scale it pretty well into the late game, but I don't know if it's going to be comparable to a Wind Ranger or a Ember Spirit. Oh, Fissure with a Burrow Strike follow-up. They land the Shadow Strike. Sonic Wave is not available, but it's also not needed. Sandstorm just does a hell of a lot of damage, and Arrow's going to do most of the damage, I think, in that kill, but Queen of Pain's going to draw it in the end. Pretty much according to plan. Arise is going to now teleport down to a bottom lane where Kabap's in a little bit of trouble getting chased down, but now there's an Omni Slash onto Rise. Blink forward, Scream. The Familiars are going to drop. Kabap's still very healthy right now. I think they're going to lose at least one of these Familiars. They're going to try to go for the one on the left first. Can he get into the trees? Beaver Knight is going to slash it down. 100 Gs. And 200 Gs. One for teal, one for orange. That is a super costly death. Visage will have another resummon by the time he's alive. But still, they are not exactly where they want to be. Clockwork, is this known that it's an illusion? I think they do. Yeah, they had an observer in the area. So they know that they're spotted, but this tower still may fall. Beaver Knight's going to get failed shackled. Random illusions from Clockwork going to give them some vision. They are scared of the hook shot, as well they should be. They are going to fall back. Blink Dagger now in tow for the Sand King. So hook shot is actually kind of good if Beaver Knight is able to absorb it with a spin. Obviously, it's always good if you can get that to happen, but that just means that Epicenter is going to be prepped and ready. Sonic Wave, still level 1, kind of awkwardly enough for Arise. But this team fight is looking to be pretty bad for Danish Bears. This is what we saw in their last game. They were very stubborn. Beaver Knight is going to dodge shackle with spin, do a lot of damage to Joe. Fissure is there, and here comes the Epicenter. That's a super dead Wind Ranger, even doing a little bit of damage to the Sand King, but to the Clockwork rather. But now Sand King stuck in the cogs will get flared down. Sonic Wave onto 3 from Arise. Will kill off the Skywrath Mage in the end. Aerosphere's going to try to chase him down. Beaver Knight is on the run right now. Will try to TP out. Will get immediately canceled by the Battery Assault. He's going to try to spin it out. It's not going to happen. No, it will happen because if Bap gets the heal, and now Yapzor with a big Echo Slam in the back line. Rise and you will both fall to a scream from Arise, and Sing Sing somehow lives, and the Familiars all die. Oh man, that was a 5-for-1 exchange in favor of Monkey Freedom Fighters. The clutchest of heals from Kabap, saving Beaver Knight's ass in there. But also the Familiars were just resummoned, and now there's no more. This tower is definitely going to fall. That wasn't even the best Epicenter in the world. Like, Demon just overkilled the Wind Ranger so much there. It pretty much was unnecessary, but the Echo Slam, the walk-in Echo Slam play from the Shaker is going to go for a 4-staff instead of a blink, so he is ready to go right about, I mean, in 100 gold, not too soon. Or not too late, rather. Queen of Pain now has her Orchid completed and should be going for her Aghanim Scepter next. This game is coming together for the Monkey Freedom Fighters, even though Beaver Knight still doesn't have his Battle Fury, doesn't have that quote-unquote damage item. It's still doing a hell of a lot of damage with that maxed out spin. This is how Juggernaut is supposed to be played. You know, back in the day, or a couple patches ago, like 1 or 2 patches ago, when Juggernaut was picked up all the time, used to max out Blade Dance, get stats. That's BS, man. That's not supposed to be how it is. Oh, they're going to jump in for Earthshaker, but he does get the Fissure off because of these Silence from Arise. 2-man Burrow Strike. Sandstorm is going to kill off the Clockwork. However, nice 2-man Shackle is going to land Yapzor. Will fall. Arise has a haste room, though. He's not easy to lock down. Now with the Dazzle right behind him, is just not going to die. Arrow has another Burrow Strike. Is going to wait for the Flight of Fists. Will land it. Is there enough damage here? With the Silence coming in just in time, they'll get the kill. And now Blink forward, looking for Hesta Joe, who is going to get hit with the Shadow Strike. You can't escape a hasted Queen of Pain. Triple kill again for Arise. This time, Sing Sing awkwardly arrives a little bit too late, but is still going to provide the health necessary to get this tower. Finishes up his Battle Fury. And in a 1-for-3 trade, it's a massacre for the... Oh, they're not done yet, actually. Blink forward. Burrow Strike. They're waiting for it. They're just toying with Rise at this point. They know that they don't need it. Burrow Strike to get a couple of creep kills for Demon. They do get a beyond godlike spree on Arise right now. This is an absolute feeding frenzy for the Monkey Freedom Fighters. They haven't even used Omni Slash yet, and if N gets a little bit too close, man, say goodbye to the Clockwork. This is getting ridiculously out of control. Like, look how out of control this was. It was holding strong at 2,500 advantage for Monkey Freedom Fighters. You know, negligible experience advantage. All of a sudden, Blink Dagger comes up on Sand King. All of a sudden, Queen of Pain gets so many kills, and the Juggernaut just doesn't die in these fights. Big credit, of course, to Dazzle. Kabap has been on point with his Graves. Oh, Beaver Knight going to run into a couple of enemies. Hookshot is available, but if you hookshot him, you have to silence him immediately after. Oh, he's going to hit with the hookshot. Silence is there. Mystic Flare, silence from Arise coming in. Beaver Knight's still alive right now. He is going to have backup from Kabap, even has his Omni Slash. They're just going to chop down that Clockwork. Now, here comes Rise. He's going to try to kill off Beaver Knight, but he has the Omni Slash. 1, 2, 3. He's going to dodge a Power Shot with that as well. Rise will tank through it, it seems, because he jumped over to the Familiars, but here comes a Rise. Sonic Wave from the back. Double kill for him. Now he's throwing the dagger over towards Hesta Joe. They're going to want to dive this because why not? He has another Soul Burn. There it is onto Hesta Joe. No spells casted. He's going to try to hide in the trees. There really is no escape here. 4-staff Fissure. It's going to be the 3rd consecutive triple kill for Arise. Yapzor and Kabap may be trapped, but there's no way that Ember Spirit's going to want to go into this. In fact, he's pushing down towards bottom lane. Doesn't even have TP available. He's going to leave these two to their own devices. Familiars, oh, okay, Kabap's going to try to TP out, but he's going to get stunned out. Okay, they should be able to get this Dazzle at least. Please tell me they're going to get this Dazzle. He's going to push back. Oh, run, Kabap. What? How is that? Oh, come on. I wanted Kabap to live there because that would just be hilarious to me, but no, they'll kill him off. Not a big deal. They do eventually take off the Juggernaut as well, so it's a pretty big kill for the Danish Bears. but it's just not enough. The kill that they need so desperately is on this Queen of Pain, and it's no longer super easy. The answer to this Queen of Pain was supposed to be that seal. But it's not going to be the case anymore. If you get sealed up, you just pop the BKB, shrug it all off, and just keep on trucking. Juggernaut getting soft countered kind of by the Visage, but still we can see how much damage he's doing in these fights. Now that YapzOr has his form of initiation, it's the Force Staff. Not exactly ideal, but it seems like he's going to want to save gold for a Blink Dagger afterwards. We had the same thing up for the Sand King, so this is just a testament to see how similar these two heroes are. They're going to smoke up and should go buddy-buddy, look for some blood. Blood's already spilled up the top lane. Scarth Mage down, Cog's over to use. Clockwork needs a hook shot out, like, right now. He's going to hook shot back into Beaver Knight, who's going to drop the healing ward. Jumps forward by you. Beaver Knight may die here. No Kabap is in the area this time, but they're also going to lose the Clockwork, who is just sitting in a corner. Now blink out from Arise. No chase power here. Burrow Strike is going to catch Hesta Joe. Where is the Fissure? It's not going to be used just yet. Demon doesn't have nearly enough damage to get that kill, but Arise is going to try to go for you again. This time with the Fissure help. Soulburn is there. Ember Spirit should pop. He's going to try desperately to bottle up, and he will get a little bit away, but Demon's there to cut him off. He gets shackled to a tree. Now the Focus Fire is there. Sand King will get graved by Kabap. He's not going to die right now, but he's still spotted. He's going to try to slip out of there. It won't happen to the Soul Assumption. YapzOr lining up a Fissure. Will land it onto 2. Setting up Rise a little while longer. Kabap's silenced now, so we can't get any more heals. Arise thinking about jumping in. He has a Sonic Wave in 1 second. There it is. Deployed. Blink Scream. Instantly kills off the Wind Ranger. Sitting in Mystic Flare. Will not die to it. Gets graved up as well. He's going to get the 4th consecutive triple kill. Oh my god, Arise. Somebody stop this man. This guy is freaking insane. Again, Monkey Freedom Fighters lose the Juggernaut, but it's not a terribly huge deal because they're keeping this Queen of Pain alive, and she is kicking everybody's ass. It seems like the Sonic Wave is Aghanimed, even though it's not. Like, it's level 3 at this point. She's level 16 because that seems fair. Highest level on the enemy side, 11. That's a 5-level advantage, and not like level 1 versus level 6, which is something that level 1 hero can very easily come back into. Level 11 to level 16 is a lot of experience that you need to gain if you're actually going to get those levels. So Arise is absolutely trucking. Doesn't even have a ton of CS. He's 4 per minute, which is kind of average, below average. He's getting all the kills, man. All the kills. It is kind of unfortunate that Monkey Freedom Fighters are losing this Juggernaut, but now that they have Blink, Force Staff on both the Shaker and Sand King, expect a lot more Epicenters and a lot more Echo Slams. There's so far just been 1 apiece, I think. But now I think the Juggernaut should be going for an SNY. Mostly just to get that Sanj. At this point, Juggernaut doesn't really have to do the damage because the ultimates are going to do the damage for the Monkey Freedom Fighter side. Just have him tank. Absorb the hook shot. That's all they need. Speaking of hook shot, Flare did see Kabap. Yu is going to have his smoke blown. He thinks it's by Kabap, but he doesn't know that the Beaver Knight is right behind him. Burrow Strike, not going to use just yet. Arrow now going to run to Rise. Pops the Sandstorm out of panic for a little bit. Beaver Knight's going to be right on top of Yu. Here comes N. He's going to trap Kabap in the cogs right now. And Kabap in a little bit of trouble. Has a grave for himself. Really doesn't want to do it. Gets Force Staffed out. Now here comes the Epicenter from Demon. Is going to blink right in towards this Clockwork. Will demolish him. Beaver Knight may fall again, but here comes YapzOr. Fissure will not save the Juggernaut, but will wall off A to kill him off eventually. Arise sitting the Mystic Flare very comfortably with that BKB up. And Arrow has another Burrow Strike available. It's going to be deployed towards Rise. Chain Stun from YapzOr. Blink out from Arise to get away from those Familiars. Will fall in the end, giving up so much cash towards the Visage. But his Familiars, looks like they're also going to live. It's a 5 for 3 exchange. Oh, well, 1 will not live. 1 will get picked off. The 5 for 3 exchange, but we can see with that 1 Queen of Pain kill, that pretty much balances it all out. Visage cashed in hard there. Now it's 2,300 gold, has his Aghanim Scepter completed because he got that 1 kill. That's kind of the problem with getting a hero with a huge kill spree. If you lose that hero, you give up a ton of gold to the enemy. Yet still the state of the game is fully in control by the Freedom Fighter side. Again, Juggernaut dies kind of early in that fight, so he's not getting as much as he can, but he's still getting a hell of a lot more than anyone on the Danish Bear side. And if you look at the net worth from Visage, that kill skyrocketed him above the Ember Spirit, and he was like tied with the Wind Ranger before. But now he's ahead, he's on top. This is also kind of a problem for the Danish Bears, since Visage being super tanky and super farmed isn't necessarily a good thing. Perhaps going to get jumped by Yu is going to be just fine. This Ember Spirit really needs to pick up his farm, but he just can't survive in these fights. Such a fast Orchid pickup on the Queen of Pain is just leading constantly to his downfall. Now that she has a little bit of extra armor, Focus Fire, Sleight of Fist, suddenly doing next to nothing. 23, 2, and 5. Jesus Christ, Arise. Looks like Aghanim Scepter isn't going to be part of his build just yet, but we do have a Yasha coming out for Beaver Knight. And get that movement speed up. Again, S and Y for the Sanj mostly. You need this Juggernaut to live through those fights so that even though Arise may die, They have that follow-up damage later on.
Double damage.
Sand King, Shaker, they're getting quite a bit of farm as well. We might see some big luxury items from these two. And Travel's a pretty good way to start. Ghost Scepter alternatively. Not that great versus Visage and Skyrath Mage, but hey, sure, why not? I'd like to see a Veil from one of these heroes. Doesn't amplify the Sonic Wave, which is a little bit awkward, but still, magic damage, more spin damage even, which somehow makes sense. Don't ask why. Probably on the Sand King, you have a little bit more time to actually prep the Veil, since you don't have to blink Veil then Echo, or Veil blink Echo. You could prep the Epicenter, jump in, Burrow Strike, and then you may lose a couple pulses worth of amplified damage, but you still have more than enough afterwards. Not really a terribly huge deal there. He's holding on to a lot of gold. Alternatively, you know, going for like a plate mail item, Lotus Orb type effect. These are all viable builds for the Sand King, or just Aghanims. He's going to get Glimmered in, Burrow Strike onto the Clockwork. Fissure now walling him off. There's nothing to hookshot to. He's going to chainsaw by Yapzor and brought down by the big old totem. Yapzor is going to draw a killing spree. Rest of the Danish Bear's side rotating in way too slowly. They're going to chuck a concussive towards Demon. He's going to dodge it with the Blink Dagger. Nicely played there. This is a fight that if the MFF side get into, they will not have their Queen of Pain just yet. She's coming in hot. Looks like they want to go for Roshan instead. Someone going for Vlad's here can be really sweet for the Juggernaut. Alternatively, just put the Healing Ward up on the high ground. Lose pretty much no HP to the Roshan. 3 Familiars coming in. Will scare the Radiant side out. That's going to stop the Roche, but it's not going to stop the blood, because Rise is now spotted. Oh, Demon didn't see him, actually. Never mind. Guess is wrong. Is spotted by Rise. There's observers all over the place here for the Dire. Everyone else's smoke holds, but it's not going to be enough to make a play. If they saw Rise there, I'm pretty sure they get the kill almost instantly. Yeah, Gravekeeper's Cloak is maxed out at this point. Has a disgusting amount of resistances. But Sandstorm, the spin from Juggernaut, that all cuts through it almost immediately. It's almost as if he didn't even have the skill. Clockwork still can't even get his Blade Mail up, and has just been locked down every single fight. They're looking for Beaver Knight right now. Where's the hook shot? Or the Shackle? No Blink Dagger or Force Staff on the Wind Ranger, so landing a good Shackle is very difficult. The rest of the heroes are right nearby. So there's a lot of Dire Vision here, so for the Radiant, they are probably going to be hard-pressed to make any plays in this area. But hey, they're in no rush. They're ahead, and they're going to stay ahead as long as they can keep using their ultimates whenever they're on cooldown. 15k in both Golden Experience lead. It's not something that the Bears cannot overcome. Again, a lot of the power coming out of these fights has been from ultimates, and if you can somehow lock down the ultimates with a good Shackle Shot or a good Seal or Initiation from the Clockwork, then you can take a fight pretty evenly. But if the ultimates keep landing, then it's just all over for Danish Bears. They have to have some form of answer to this, whether that's BKB or otherwise. BKB or out initiation. I think those are the really only two alternatives. I guess Blade Mail is kind of a soft counter since Sand King's not going to get a BKB next. He's going to get a Plate Mail item. As I said, whether it's Shiva's Guard, Assault Cuirass, even a Lotus Orb, doesn't really matter. He just wants the Plate Mail, and all those items that I just listed are kind of like aura-ish, kind of for the team items. That's what the Sand King and Shaker both want to do. Although I honestly wouldn't mind if Yapzor goes for a little bit more of a damage output build at this point. Get Aghanims on one of these heroes again, get Veil on one of these heroes, and you're good to go. They're hunting, or not hunting really. This is the opposite of hunting. They're waiting. Unfortunately for them, Familiars are going to spot them out, but they have an angle right now. Yapzor is spotted by the Familiars. Demon is going to prep the Epicenter. Here it comes onto Rise. Burrow Strike is there. He's going to skid his way out of there. And now the Fissure to disengage. Triple Familiar drop. Yapzor is going to hit with a hook shot. He has a Grave and Dazzle right behind him, but Yapzor, Force Staffed out, is going to be just fine for a little while longer. Concussive going to go towards Kabap. Shield failed Shackle as Kabap is going to lay the Grave onto Yapzor. Echo Slam, they're going to try to group him up for it, but he's now silenced and brought down. Here comes the Sonic Wave, though, cutting through everyone. Burrow Strike onto 2 as well. Instantly 2 are down. Where's the Juggernaut on this? He's pushing up top lane, so he's not going to be in this fight, but a Rise to BKB. He's going to get the silence onto Yu, and Yu's not going anywhere anytime soon. His shield is holding up against the magic damage, but still taking so much physical. Arrow has another Burrow Strike right now. They'll pick off the Dazzle with the Soul Assumption, and Arrow and Rise have to get the hell out of here. Demon will get mini shackled. Take a Soul Assumption, jump in from you. Can't quite get close enough to the Sand King, I don't think. Sleight of Fist, just out of range. Sand King forced to pause. Luckily for everyone, the fight has already happened, and I don't think there's any more fighting here. Though the Ember Spirit can jump in if he wants to, he's going to be jumping into a Queen of Pain with Soul Burn at the ready. So Ember Spirit will not get the kill on Arrow if he wants to jump into that. It's nothing, don't worry. Looks like that fight is, for the most part, over. A 2-for-2 trade is perfectly fine for Danish Bears if it weren't for the fact that Juggernaut was pushing up towards the top. Now has his Manta style completed, actually. Okay, that's probably smarter than Sun Yasha. You know, why tank a Mystic Flare Ancient Seal if you could just avoid it entirely? Instantly Manta out, start spinning, take no damage from the seal at all. Easy peasy. Should have actually seen that one coming. By the way, a little bit of an ambitious initiation from Demon. Echo Slam was still held there. We see Queen of Pain's effectiveness in these fights, now going for an Assault Cuirass. I like it. I probably would have been okay with the Aghanim Scepter as well. But just having that additional attack speed coming out from the Queen of Pain, we can already see how much damage she's putting into this Ember Spirit. Get a little bit more, and, well, the Ember Spirit may just fall to the right clicks of Quap. And this opens the door later on for her to go for a little bit more of a damage-oriented build. Something we don't really see from Queen of Pains nowadays. Nowadays, it's kind of like a Aghanim Scepter. If you go for full caster, you get a, you know, Octarine Core, Sheep Stick, Refresher Orb, those types of items. But with this, you can go for MKB, Daedalus, those big heavy-hitting items. And that's kind of going to pick up the slack should Beaver Knight drop it. Oof, almost Burrow Strike landing. That was very close from Demon. The Ember Spirit's going to live. But yeah, having a backup DPSer is always going to be nice. Oh, and they see A right now. Yapso's going to get silenced out of his effect, and he's going to get hit with the full-on flare. However, Graved Up, Glimmered Up as well. He's going to get a lot of distance away. It's double Force Staff even. Power Shot was already used. The Earthshaker is going to get back up to full in no time. With that healing ward, that's maxed out at this point. No, it's not actually level 3, but still, it's more than enough to get you back up to full, especially with Kebab here. Mystic Flare cogs all down, whereas for Monkey Freedom fighters, they're fighting without their Sonic Wave, so they don't really want to get into a full-on fight just yet. Well, now they kind of do. 5 seconds until it's back up. Omni Slash still available. Now level 3 is going to be getting some kills in these fights pretty easily at that. And Ghost Scepter blocks it, but Familiars absorb it, but you have to be kind of lucky to make that happen. I guess a little bit less so because you have 3 of them, but still. With the Assault Cuirass, you also can push, and that's something that the Queen of Pain is going to lend towards mid lane, and is going to get spotted out by Yapzor. The Earthshaker is a little bit too far away from his buddies to start any form of initiation there. He's going to back off with the team, go for Roshan perhaps. Again, I would really like to see a Vlad's on one of these heroes. That makes Roshing so easy, or a regen, that's good too. I mean, you don't really want to use Healing Ward just to mitigate the damage from Roshan if you can help it. You'd rather just, you know, get a lifesteal item as Juggernaut or a lifesteal item on the team. Both of those would be pretty good. The Courier is flying out. It's going to be delivering a something medallion to Dazzle, so Juggernaut even tankier still. I think 9 times out of 10 this Juggernaut's going to get the medallion since he doesn't have a BKB just yet. But Beaver Knight kind of lagging behind the rest of the team. Tier 2 tower in the bottom lane still lives, although not for long, let's be honest. I don't really think Danish Bears will want to make a defense of this. They are so far behind at this point. 20k. Finally, the Ember Spirit gets his Battle Fury. 30 minutes in. It's super late. But it is going to represent a potential item for comebacks. Aghanim Scepter not even being built on the Wind Ranger. She had to go for BKB. That's a sign of desperation right there. Monkey Freedom fighters don't really have that many sentries around, so they are kind of working in observer range. You got to watch out for power shots to give vision, familiars, and flares, all of which difficult to work around. But now that Beaver Knight is here, now that the Shiva's guard is up on the Sand King, it's time to go, man. I mean, they are still going to get stronger faster than the Danish Bears, perhaps. But you have such a huge lead, you might as well push it. See what you can get with it. BKB on the Queen of Pain is dwindling in duration, but still, she's going to be very tanky with the Assault Cuirass. You can even go for like a Satanic build if you want to. I don't think I've ever seen that before, but there's no reason why she can't go for it. Just go away from that caster build. Hold the Orchid, maybe transition that into a Sheep Stick. For similar purposes, just lock down the enemies and then kill them off afterwards. Yeah, Queen of Pain's filthy rich at this point. 17k net worth, 15k on the Juggernaut. MKB will ensure that Wind Ranger's Wind Run isn't going to be doing much. You can hit her through the Wind Run, and if there's any evasion, Solar Crest in the Visage perhaps, you could always hit him as well. Pretty clean build for Sing Sing, and I would like to see a health item afterwards. Scotty, something like that. Yeah, if you're not going to go for SNY, not going to go for Scotty, you kind of have to go for like a Satanic. Not really sure if that's really what it wants to be doing. Like, tanking is nice for the Juggernaut, but he's really all about that damage output and racing the enemies down. Bears are going to go right into the Roche Pit. They have the Solar Crest, so it's a lot of extra damage. Their Dazzle is right outside. For the MFF side, they have an illusion of Queen of Pain walking in. They should know that this is an illusion. That's all that the Radiant side need to scout this out. That's that's just it. They don't need to actually get in there. They just have to make the Bears scared. The Aegis is going to be held by the Roshan for right now, but the Illusion's going to be chilling in the pit. Oh, don't move the Illusion out. Keep it in there. Keep that vision. Beaver Knight's now going to try, but without of Lads, he really can't do this super safely without committing the Healing Ward. Healing Ward lasts for a hell of a long time, but I don't really know if it's going to mean that Bears can't make a play here. Arise going to run to a whole bunch of heroes, won't get silenced. Watch out for N right now. Hook shot in will be intercepted by Kebab in theory, and then there's going to be an Omni Slash and a Burrow Strike, so it's going to be very narrow. Arise going to jump right in with the BKB. He just wants to push away this Clockwork so that they get the Aegis, and it seems like that will be successful enough, although there's still an ankle here for the clock. Power shot through. Beaver Knight's going to grab the Aegis. The fight is now over. The Bears have to leave. They're going to try to go for Arrow on their way out. Forced to resummon his familiars. Arrow's still taking some damage, but with the Grave, he will not die just yet. Beaver Knight's going to get shackled to a tree. Sonic Wave onto 4. From Arise, he has the Aegis, so he doesn't even care that he's being focus fired. Not even doing that much damage. Now the Omni Slash can instantly kill off 2 heroes. He's still stuck in the cogs right now. He'll manage to split out of it, and he will get the spin out in the end. He's going to try to kill off Beaver Knight right now, and he may be successful, but no, it's not going to happen. He's going to get the kill. Beaver Knight will lose his Aegis. Now they're on to Ace. Blink forward, Scream, Dagger, all the tools. That's going to be yet another kill as Rise, still alive somehow, is going to try to kill off Demon. It's not even going to work. He's going to fall. Now his familiars should all die as well. It's a complete 5-for-0 exchange, and that's GG. Ace is going to call it 1 familiar, 2 familiar, 3 familiar, and a celebratory epicenter. What a convincing display from the Monkey Freedom fighters. That first game, just clearly an outlier, as they just smashed their way through both the Bears and their previous opponents of the NLG side. But of course, guys, this is going to mean that we are done for today. Monkey Freedom fighters and pub players, the players of the first game of the day for this group, are going to be moving onwards. Guys, I'm Mikelorus. It's been a pleasure casting these games for you. If you enjoyed it, well, there's more coming up tomorrow. Not at the same time. It's going to start at 22 CEST, so sorry for all you Europeans out there. It might be a little bit inconvenient, but it's going to be the same format, double GSL bracket format for the American region, so that should be very fun. And again, I'm Mikelorus. It's been a pleasure. Be sure to follow me on Twitter at Mikelorus, but until next time, guys, I'll see you next time. I'm beat.